Uber on the way home, which was incredible. So, and it looks like we're live, Kerrie. So welcome back to Facebook Live, guys. As always, I am Chris. Joining me for the second month in a row here, we're lucky enough to have Kerrie Gregory back, head of our Galloway training programs, one of my fellow managers here at the store. But today, our foam rolling expert for the foam rolling clinic that we will be hosting this Thursday as well. So if you like what you're seeing today, but you want some more hands-on demos in person, come see Kerrie on Thursday. And foam rolling is the topic du jour. That's what we're going to dive right into. I'll go over some general housekeeping, store, and race updates at the end, but we are leading right off with foam rolling. Thanks for tuning in, guys. As always, hit that like button, tag someone you think should be watching this later on Facebook, and type your questions and comments. If we don't respond to them as you type them, we will get to them by the end. We're going to try to get everything answered live, and if you hit us after the fact, we'll try and get responses to you throughout the week as well. But look, let's dive right in, Kerrie. This is going to sound pretty simple of a question, but just like kind of describe a foam roller to me. What it is, what are its functions?
So a foam roller, as simple as it seems, is a piece of foam that is pretty dense.
Cylindrical, usually.
It is cylindrical, yes generally, and it's going to help get some blood flowing to the area and help roll out some of the adhesions and kind of the sticky spots in your muscles. For
sure, and not always even made out of foam or styrofoam, right? Sometimes, like this one from Trigger Point here, a little, see if you can hear that, a little heavier duty. We got a PVC pipe wrapped in some softer paddings that can dig in deeper if you're a bigger guy like me that might sink through the foam faster. So you some protection on the outside with the soft padding, but it is nice and dense when you get to that plastic core. So got them, in all varieties. But what are some of the benefits as runners? Like, why should we want to be foam rolling, Kerrie?
So foam rolling, is, like I said, it's going to bring blood flow to the muscles and allow you to be a little more efficient and be a better runner, really.
And it's something that I think too, and we try to stress this a lot, but it's a very preventative. It's a good way to be proactive instead of reactive.
Absolutely.
If you're foam rolling every day after you run, like I should be, then you won't be super tight all the time. Or you can be like me when we're setting up today and I see these things and I'm like, oh, I haven't been on one of those in a while. And I feel much better after warming up a little bit and rolling before we started here, but I should be doing it more often. That's what I've learned today.
Right.
And look, we're just going to kind of jump right into 4 of our more basic exercises. But real quick, just to answer a quick question I saw there, these are great for recovery, foam rolling. And like I just said, in fact, to answer the 2 parts of that question I just saw there, as far as a better performance, you said you got more blood flow, your muscles are a little snappier. That should definitely help with your running. But not only will it help with recovery when you're already tight, if you're using them regularly and staying loose, it will keep you from suffering those injuries that are caused from getting too tight, where you're having to really do deep tissue massage or overstretch after the fact because you're not being proactive with your foam rolling. So before we jump into these stretches, or not stretches, but exercises, we're going to do 4 basic foam rolling exercises, some of the same ones you'll be doing Thursday. I do want to stress that Kerrie and I are runners. We are both active foam rollers. Kerrie maybe does it more often than myself, but we're not medical professionals, obviously. If we suggest an exercise, first of all, jump in and join us. If you've got a foam roller, you can roll along with us. But if something doesn't feel quite right, it's hitting a funky pressure spot, definitely bump it off. Don't feel like you have to overdo it. And so we are going to jump into those exercises. We've got one more quick question from Lawrence, who has asked, is there a right or wrong time to foam roll? And I think that's a fantastic question. In general, I would say no.
I would say no.
Yeah, because like my dad, for example, every single morning before he runs, he foam rolls. I like to foam roll a little bit more so after I run because I feel like my legs are more warmed up. So I would say that those spots that are extra tight and sore where you maybe need to dig in a little bit deeper, or that maybe you get some resistance when you're foam rolling cold, that maybe we work on those spots after a run, but in general, before or after, I think is great. I don't know if you have more to add to that, Kerrie. Sorry,
I would completely agree.
Yeah,
before or after, but I'm the same way. I usually do it afterwards.
So the 4 areas we're going to touch on tonight, it's going to be IT band, calves, glutes, and quads. I think I might even jump in and do the quad example for you guys at the end because mine have been feeling tight, and then we can give you an example of someone who foam rolls proactively and Kerrie, and someone like me who's going to be making a really funny painful face. So some of you folks out there will know you're not alone. But I'd say let's start it right off with the IT band. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
I know there's that Kerrie's making the face. She's not even on it yet. Listen, guys, this is one I want to backtrack a little bit. Like I just said about being medical experts, everything else, which we are not. The IT band hurts when you foam roll it. Yeah. Like it absolutely does. And if it's really causing you discomfort, if you're doing this along with us, definitely back it off. And if anything we talk about today is bothering you in a way that you're stretching and foam rolling proactively and you're not feeling like you're getting loose enough, or you're not getting progress, you're staying sore and tight, or mild injury, adventhealth.com. Go check out some real health professionals, see what kind of advice they can give you, and get access to some of their PTs. But let's jump into the IT band, Kerrie.
Okay. Like Chris said, this is not going to feel great, and you will know because I will start grimacing in about 2 seconds.
I purposely didn't sign up for this one, so.
So, mainly, you are going to start all the way up at your hip, and you are going to roll all the way down to your knee. So, kind of plant one arm out, and just go back and forth. Like I said, this hurts a lot.
There it is.
But you're going to do it anywhere from about 3 to 5 times. And this does not feel great. For the sake of time, we won't do a ton of them, but I will say what you do to one side, you will want to do to the other side.
Always doing the other. You always want to be balanced. But I think you would agree, Kerrie, as you're now done, it hurts while you're on there. Almost immediate relief, though, right?
Almost immediate relief.
Once you loosen that up. And besides your IT band, hurting, obviously, as you're massaging it out, because anytime you're flushing lactic acid out, doing any deep tissue work, it's not going to feel great.
No.
Where's another spot you feel some pain that I think is an added benefit of foam rolling, right? Do you get a little core engagement there?
Oh, absolutely.
It's almost a side plank while she's doing that. So like a win-win. We're mainly doing this to flush stuff out, but you're actually exercising your core too, which is so important for running and underestimated sometimes. So we've got a question on shoulder and back pain, and that looks like it's from a Zuleika. I hope I said that right. What I want to do for you, Zuleika, is we want to run through these 4 exercises that we pre-planned. I have a chronically tight back, so maybe after I do quads, if we have time, I'll show you a little back one. So that was IT band, guys. This is the calves we're going to hit now, and if we get through that glutes and quads fast, I'm happy to do a back exercise.
So calves are, I would say, a little less painful. They're still a little painful, but the thing about calves is that the arm placement is key. So have your arms facing forward and your hands facing forward, and just lift up and roll, again, anywhere from 3 to 5 times. Don't go behind your knee. And kind of stop at your Achilles. If this is too easy and you think, oh, no big deal, you can cross, and same thing. Roll, and you can kind of move your leg around and find a spot that doesn't feel great.
There's always an upgrade option.
Oh,
so start with the 2. I'm going to be such a broken record tonight, but start with the 2, because start gently. Don't overdo it. But Reggie asked how many times, and I think you actually touched on this right before we started. So usually about 4 to 5 rolls per leg.
Yes.
Yeah.
And do each side. Yes. If you do one thing to one side, do it to the other side as well.
Always balance it out.
Yes,
for sure.
absolutely.
We can't stress starting off easy enough. We can't stress balancing enough, and that you want to go about 4 to 5 times.
And like Chris said, for the IT bands, this almost sadly is an arm workout, just lifting up and down.
Yeah, right? So we get a little bit of core, a little bit of arm, like you're planting your triceps when you're doing calves. There are hidden benefits to foam rolling beyond the, just kind of advertised, right, injury prevention and reduction type benefits there. So there's your calves, guys. Look, if you have questions on the exercises specifically as we do them too, like you're not quite sure what Kerrie was doing, let us know, or more importantly, come Thursday and see it in person. But we're going to move on to glutes here. So
glutes are a little tricky, but you are going to sit on the foam roller itself. To be honest, this one might be better with the trigger point just because it's a little denser. This one kind of sink a little further into it. But this one, you can do a bunch of different things. So you can really just kind of sit and roll.
Yeah.
Which seems kind of basic. Or sit in a figure 4 and really dig into your piriformis. And again, doesn't feel great, but once you're done, it feels fantastic. Same thing, do the other side. What you do to one, you do to the other.
Absolutely. And glutes are a little unique like that. If you want to, you can do both at the same time. Same with calves.
Yep.
But again, anytime we isolate one side at a time, you're going to get in there a little bit deeper. And that's that instance where you want to start off slow and ease it in when you're isolating each leg. But yeah, you can really loosen everything up that way. So we knocked out those first 3 pretty quick. So I'm pretty sure once I go through the quads here, we are definitely going to be able to do some examples for shoulder and back. Sure. I'm going to really lean on Kerrie here because I don't foam roll as often. Admittedly, I should. But if there's some tweaks I could do in my form, I'm not explaining it great, definitely jump in and coach me through it here, Kerrie. But I've been feeling my quads all day, so I might as well iron them out and show you folks how I'd want to do it. So, as we've been saying, you've got that option to do both on anything, right? So if I roll both my quads, I'm getting in there pretty good. And again, what I'm doing here, again, engaging the core. This is definitely something that is a move in yoga, and I don't know what it's called. So we're gonna, but it's a thing. I know we did this last Tuesday, didn't we? We did something that looks like this. And so, but again, I'm working my forearms a little bit. I'm engaging my core, and I'm rolling, down to my knee and up about to my waistline. But if, say, one leg is extra tight and we really want to isolate it, what I usually do, you can cross over like this. I like to actually just lift this left leg and sink deeper into the right. It gives you a little more core engagement. So if that's tougher, set it down. But actually setting it down, the weight of your opposite leg pushes you down further. So I'm lifting this one to get a little bonus core workout, but also because I'm not quite confident in the weight of my other leg. I don't know if I can handle that much, but here I'm going to roll all the way back. And just like with the calves, if I want to get the outside edge of my quad where I'm not quite on the IT band, but you want to get every part, I'm going to twist to the side a little bit. I'm going to come back inside, a little closer to the groin. We're going to do the same thing. And as we've been saying, we always want to balance that out on both sides. Was that pretty good?
That looks pretty good.
Okay.
I will say, if you're going to do any of these, make sure you have enough space. Make sure you're not going to kick anything in your living room or in your bedroom.
Yes,
Space is good.
It's definitely important, and I think I just popped out of the frame by jumping up there, but I'm going to get into back now as long as, are we good? Slide over this way a little bit. Okay, so a couple different things in the back. You can start by having the roller long ways and just kind of roll back and forth. You can go all the way through the bridge of that back. You can go all the way down close to your glutes if you need to, and up into the shoulders here. So that's going to get the middle of your spine really well. As far as shoulders, though, I think this is a little bit better. We're going to go vertical with the roller. And let me get it adjusted just right. But I'm just rolling it vertically between my two shoulders. Now, you don't always have to roll for a foam roller to be effective. So not only can I iron out those shoulder blade creases by going side to side, I can get a nice deep stretch on them. And I can do that by doing, my mom calls them snow angels. So again, a core workout. If I sound like I'm out of breath, it's because I'm doing like a little mini bridge right now. But we're going to do our arms like so. And the roller between the shoulder blades there is really helping me get a nice deep stretch. You can just raise your arms up and down like that as well. So that's my super kind of brief ad-libbed back and shoulder techniques there.
I would say one thing to add, if you are going to do your back and roll all the way up and down, protect your neck. Put your hands behind your head.
Wu-Tang Clan, protect your neck, son. Demos in store by all means. Like I said, Kerrie is doing the clinic Thursday,
Yes.
but that's not the only time. Like if you look at the rollers we have out here, we've got demo models and we've got staff that will happily get as out of breath as I am now, or maybe not. Like Jake foam rolls all the time, so Jake could probably do an example and not lose his breath in the middle of it. But yeah, we are happy to run you through the process here one-on-one. I really am out of breath, that's embarrassing. And so like we said at the beginning, there are a couple of different types of rollers. This is what Kerrie was using, your basic styrofoam. It looks like she's moving on to the Protec right now. We can talk about the wire roller a little bit.
So this one's a little more challenging, I would say, as well, because it has these different grooves. So the more that you move around on them, just isolates and hits different parts of the muscle. Again, it's a little firmer than the standard blue, not as aggressive as the hollow one.
See, I'm scared of that one.
Me too.
Even though I'll use this one, I find the density of the Y, or just how segmented it is, to freak me out a little bit more. I can handle these little grooves. I don't mind that it's denser.
Yes.
And again, look, bigger guy like myself, I'm going to sink into this foam one. I was just sitting on it and probably shouldn't, so I slid off so that we can preserve it for you guys to come use in store as a demo. But yeah, if you want to get more durability out of them and you're going to be putting some weight into it, look at one with a plastic base like that. And it looks like Liz has asked a question not quite as related to foam rolling, but she asked if that is the Nike Vaporfly behind me, and it is. I'm going to sneak over here and grab this guy, but Nike Vaporfly 4%, which was on our Instagram story today, but we got these in today. This is a very racing specific shoe, but pretty revolutionary footwear from Nike, something we were not even able to get when it first came out. This is our very first run. So great question, and yes, we got about 2 or 3 in each size. It's limited, so come get them while they're hot. And listen, guys, that's kind of it for the core of the foam rolling component. I told you we'd do some housekeeping at the end, so we want to start by telling you about our Watermelon 5K, which I do every year. I'm super pumped for. I'll be running it with my girlfriend this year. Hopefully my grandma will be running because Alice McKenzie loves a tank top. All right, this is the one race a year where we do a tank top as a shirt. Last year she told my mom, she is 90 years old, she said, I'm not gonna run it, not quite feeling it. She saw me do Facebook Live with the tank top and she said, I'm signing up. Because our only other tank, the last time we'd done one was like 20 years ago, and she still had it. But it's sun's out, guns out, you know, summertime, fun shirt. Advent Health, our presenting sponsor, or title sponsor, for the race. One more reason to check them out, and you can sign up at trackshack.com for that. And if you're going to run that race, you want to look patriotic too, right? So we've got our Old Glory Kinvara from Saucony. I think we're one of 2 stores in the state right now selling this shoe, as well as this limited edition American flag launch from Brooks. Come get these before the 4th. I believe we have this colorway coming in Adrenaline as well. I just don't think that we have it yet. So come get your patriotic gear, run a patriotic race, get a sweet tank, and eat ice cold watermelon afterwards. It doesn't get much better. See Kerrie on Thursday. Keep tuning in every month, and thanks for joining us, guys.
What time on Thursday?
What time on Thursday is a great question that we were talking about beforehand, and we're going to go 5:30. Get here by 5:30. We may not actually start get it rolling until about 5:45. Give folks a chance to get here, interstate traffic and whatnot. But yeah, 5:30 Thursday is the plan to take Kerrie's class.
Yes.
All right, thanks for joining us, guys. We'll see you next month.